be something different. You must be made for me. Patience is never.
Hey my J-Bays, look at this ooey gooey goodness. This pot roast was so good, y'all. I cannot wait until y'all try this out. I'm going to start off by seasoning my clean meat that I dried off with a paper towel. Really good. I'm going to season it with the Chef Quiche all-purpose seasoning. Do not be shy with seasoning this pot roast. This is a thick amount of meat, so you want to make sure you season it really good. This takes a long time to cook, so you want to make sure that you're impacting all that flavor in there. So don't be shy on this part, y'all. And you definitely want to make sure you're seasoning meat really good when it's going to be including a bunch of liquids as well. So now that we got that seasoned up, let's work on our liquids, which is very impactful when you're cooking anything that's taking a few hours, right? So I'm going to make my own beef broth, but I also did add some beef broth, but I'm going to make my own for the most part. I'm going to be using a Better Than Bouillon roasted beef base, and I'm going to add this to my water. Now, you see 2 cups of water in this clip, but in total I made about 4 cups of this custom broth blend, and I'm just going to whisk that on up in the water. And as you see, eventually it's going to change colors into a darker like roux color, just like that. And I just want to say, when you are about to sear that roast beef, you want to make sure that it is very hot. I added some olive oil in. Y'all, I absolutely adore this hexclad pot. It is amazing. I love the way it sears my meats. I love the way it just sticks that seasoning and it adheres the seasoning to the meat. I love it. So if you're interested in hexclad luxury pans and pots, I'll definitely link that in the description below. Just to note, you don't have to make as much liquid as I did. I absolutely love to have a bit of extra roast pot roast gravy on the side, so that's why I did 4 cups of the liquid, but you don't have to do as much as I did. Now you see how beautifully it is seared now on both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that out of the pot, place it on a plate, set it to the side, and now we're going to get busy with the liquids. Now right here you see me adding in the beef broth that's store-bought. That's probably like a half a cup. I only really added that because I didn't want that to go to waste. I was just using it, the rest of it that was in a carton. Now you see me adding in that broth blend that you just see me mix up, and I'm going to add in that other 2 cups that I told you that I made because I love extra pot roast gravy. And I'm going to whisk that up really good to get it real incorporated. Next, you're going to see me added in another great, impactful, flavorful ingredient. This right here is the beefy onion soup mix. Y'all, this really does take pot roast to another level. To me, I love adding this. It is just, you can't go wrong with adding this, like, at all. So I added 1 pack. Whisk that up really good again to make sure that it is all well incorporated. Now you're going to see me add some garlic in there. I peeled it and I added it. That is a whole clove of garlic that I added in there, and that's going to really enhance that flavor. I'm going to take that pot roast and place it right back in there with those flavorful liquids. Now let's do some more seasoning. This is Memphis City Blues gourmet seasoning by Chef Kedric. I absolutely love it. This was my first time using it. I thought this would go perfect with the pot roast, right on time. So you see me adding a lot of that. This seasoning paired up with the Chef Quiche all-purpose seasoning, just chef kiss. Absolutely loved it. So you're going to see me submerge that a bit in the liquid. I'm going to put the lid on top of the pot, and I'm going to bake it in the oven on 325. Now, after about 2 hours, y'all, I'm going to add in some chopped onion and a pack of carrots. I don't want mine to be too mushed, so I kind of added in at the last 20 to 25, 30 minutes of its cooking time, because I still want my carrots to be kind of solid, but I don't want them to be like mashed. Now this is done. This is about 3 hours later, y'all. Look how juicy and tender it is. You know it's ready when it is just pulling apart with the fork very easily. It's very tender, just like that. I even tasted it like as soon as it came out the oven and cooled off a little bit, just to make sure that all my flavoring did all the good hard work, and it was so good, y'all. Now it's the fun part. It is time to make the gravy for our pot roast. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to remove the carrots, remove the onion, and set it on top of the pot roast. And now we are going to strain those flavorful juices, y'all. Strain it out to make sure everything is out of the liquid that shouldn't be in there at this time, so we can go ahead and make our smooth gravy. You're going to need some cornstarch and some water. That's it. The more thickness I want my gravy to become, the more you'll see me add that cornstarch slurry. It's definitely up to your preference. Y'all, this gravy is so good. The pot roast recipe is packed with full of flavor. It's so easy. It takes a bit of patience, of course, because it's pot roast. It's such a thick meat. So, of course, you're going to have to slow cook it for a couple hours, but it's so worth it, y'all. Let me know in the comments if you like this recipe and what you want to see next.